I want to tell you again how happy I am to be here, okay? And I want to tell you why personally, okay? So I am a first-generation student myself, first in the in my family to get an education, higher education here in the United States. My parents were educated in Taiwan, and then when we came over, I'm an immigrant as well. They started from scratch. So how many folks here are first gen, first in their families to go to college? All right. How many are either your parents are immigrants or you are immigrants? Okay, great. Being a person of color, being an immigrant, being first gen, this matters. It matters in our experiences, it matters in our lives, it matters in our journeys. And I think what we find sometimes in society is that there is a push or a pull to try to create norms for everything and everyone, right? And so some of what I'm going to say to you today is that sometimes that tension that you may feel if you are first gen, if you are an immigrant, if you are a person of color, if you come from a community that maybe is recognized a certain way, that's okay. It's okay to recognize that. It's okay to say, hey, maybe I don't always feel like I fit in. Because I'll tell you right now, growing up on Long Island in New York in the 70s and the 80s, being the only Chinese kid in my class amongst an entire school of predominantly white students, I did not feel like I was a part of that school. I did not feel like I was a part of that class. I did not feel at times like I was a part of that community. And back then, the pressures that I felt were to suppress that, were to put that down and not to recognize it, right? Very immigrant, very Asian, right? Keep your head down, keep your mouth shut, don't make trouble, don't cause problems, just work, just try to fit in. And it's taken a long time in my life to get to a point where I can say to you, hey, you know what? Fitting in ain't all that sometimes, okay? And it's okay to feel like you're not always going with the primary ebb and flow, all right? This program here, I wish I had had a program like this when I was in middle school or when I was in high school, especially for a kid like me who didn't quite understand what was going on every single time I was out in the world. Because I had neighbors, I had friends, and they lived life in a different way, right? We didn't have a lot of money. We grew up in a very working class neighborhood. But I knew that the way I lived my life and the way my classmates and my neighbors might have lived their lives, the way my family handled things was different. Okay, and I didn't have a program like this. I didn't have mentors. I didn't have tutors. I didn't have an infrastructure. I didn't have teachers and counselors who were here to really support not just me, but my family too, because my parents needed that. My parents who came from Taiwan with education, with really good jobs, and we came here and we had to build from the ground up. And my dad, who went from working as a university employee with a really good career to pumping gas and stocking shelves. That's a shock. The world just got turned over for you. My mom, who was a teacher in Taiwan, who came here and spoke a little English, but she's waiting tables and doing double shifts and midnight shifts. I remember sitting at the bar. How many of y'all remember Beefsteak Charlie's, the restaurant chain? Folks who are laughing are older and they remember it. That's why. Okay, so she was a waitress at Beefsteak Charlie's, and because we couldn't afford a babysitter, I would sit with her. I'd be at the bar playing with my action figures while she was waiting tables. So God knows how many Shirley Temples and Cokes I must have drank in a night, but that's what we did, right? And so those are the things I remember. My parents could have used Gear Up. My parents could have used that kind of counseling, and that kind of mentoring, and that kind of support infrastructure to help them find a way for themselves as they're trying to find a way for me. Okay, so I hope you all recognize how valuable a program like this really is. I know you do, or else you wouldn't be wearing your merch with such pride, right? I know you wouldn't be giving that kind of applause to your teachers and your counselors and the people who have been here for you if you didn't feel that pride. Don't lose that pride, okay? This is an incredible place. It's led by the Connecticut State Colleges and Universities, which I have the pride and the honor to represent. It's under the direction of the one and only Leslie Mara over here. Raise your hand, Leslie Mara. She is our AVP of System-Wide Initiatives and Sponsored Programs, and she works with the absolutely incredible Christina LaPierre. She's shy, she's standing in the back like she's trying to fade into the shadows. We were able to increase the number of underserved students who are prepared to enter and succeed in post-secondary education through this program, and that's really remarkable. In 2019, we were awarded the 7-year federal grant through the U.S. Department of Education to help empower local students like yourselves to think beyond what they see today and dream of the future that you all want for yourselves, and how higher education can serve as a vital pathway to get you there. So now we are in year 6 of a 7-year grant, and the impact has been on communities in East Hartford, Meriden, and Waterbury. That impact is immeasurable, literally immeasurable, because we're not even done measuring that impact with you all for years and years and years. We're serving the class of 2025, which is you, in East Hartford Public Schools and CT State Manchester, Meriden Public Schools, and CT State Middlesex. Our CEOs, Kim Hogan is here. Lisa Dresner is here for CT State Naugatuck Valley and Waterbury Public Schools as well. Is Nicole Esposito from Manchester here? No? Okay, but you're a stand-in for Nicole? Okay, got it. Great, great, great. So I want to thank those teams, right? Led by Nicole Esposito, June Dunn, Darshell Hutchins at CT State Manchester and East Hartford Public Schools, Lisa Dresner, Megan Houlihan Aceto at Waterbury Public Schools, and CT State Naugatuck Valley, and Kim Hogan, Donna, I'm going to mess this up, sorry. Donna Bonta-Tibis, did I screw that up badly? Yes. Okay, well, my apologies. Someone can tell me how to say it later. Kara Kaplitz at CT State Middlesex and Meriden Public Schools, all the work that you all have done with your teams in ensuring the success of this grant and for helping to prepare our students to enter and succeed in a post-secondary education. This is absolutely monumental, transformative work. It doesn't maybe feel like that every single moment of every single day. You're going to look back on this, you're going to say, that helped me in so many ways. That changed me in so many ways. Your life is a journey. Everything affects everything. Every moment affects the next moment. You're going to look back on this someday, and it is going to have seismic impact. I want to tell you a few things. And again, just seeing the number of hands that were raised, who's an immigrant, who's first gen, right? I'm looking around this room, a lot of folks of color, right? A lot of folks who maybe have to ask themselves questions about certain experiences that they might have in their lives at any given moment and say, what's going on here? Is it me? I love this work that I do, that I have the honor and privilege to do, because I feel family in these types of environments, and it reminds me, seeing all the students here, this is why we do what we do. It's for students. It is for students to lift their lives. There is no greater rocket ship for folks like you, for folks like me, to lift up their lives than higher education. And I don't care what the national narrative is. I don't care what the political narrative is. I don't care how many people are out there on television saying, go get a job, you don't need higher education. Just get a certificate, just get a credential, make 20 bucks an hour. It's fine. It's not fine. When you're 25 years old, maybe you can make it on 20 bucks an hour for a little while. I don't think you can. Try it when you're 35. Try it when you're 45. Try it when you're trying to rent an apartment, buy a car, start a family, raise a kid. Try 25 bucks an hour then. The jobs of today and the jobs of tomorrow need you to be the sharpest and the best that you can be. Nothing will get you there stronger and faster than higher education. I'm going to tell you a few things, and I promise I'm going to stop talking. Number one, here's my advice. Be confident. Always be confident. There are so many forces in the world that are going to tell you, they're going to tell folks like you, that are going to tell folks like me, that you don't belong. They're going to try to rattle you. They're going to try to shake you. They're going to try to make you feel insecure. And in those moments, I want you to look at your friends, I want you to look at your family, I want you to look at your teachers and your mentors, and I want you to talk to them and ask them questions. You are never going to be too old to have that support network around you. Use them. That's what they're there for. They want to be there. So when you feel crazy, you check in with that crew. And they're going to tell you, I'm not crazy. And they're going to build that confidence up. You're going to need that confidence. These opportunities ahead of you, I'm going to encourage you to always believe in yourself, to have confidence, and be aggressive. Don't let people tell you that there's something that you cannot do. I have had people tell me my whole life what I can or should be, what I can or should do, what type of job I should have, how high I should go. Don't believe them. You got to trust your instincts. It's in your heart, it's in your head, it's that little voice. You got to trust that. You got to have the confidence to trust that. Don't hold yourself back. There's too much in the world that is going to be there trying to hold you back, whether it's intentional or not. There are forces in the world that want to hold you back. Don't let them. You see that job you want, you go for it. You work, you do it with integrity, but you go for it. Don't tell anyone, don't let anyone tell you that you cannot do something. You belong, guys. You have to believe that in your heart, in your soul. You belong. I belong in this room. I belong in this space. I belong in this pool competing for this job. I belong in this applicant pool applying for this great institution or this program. I belong in this arena because I have something of value to contribute. If you don't tell yourself that, and if you don't believe that in yourself, then no one else is gonna believe it. You have people here today, your family, your counselors, your friends, your supporters, they believe that. They see it in you, they lift you up, but they won't always be there for you. So you gotta build that in yourself. Like I said, higher education, I've given my whole life to public higher education. I believe in it with the depths of my soul. It is the thing that transformed my life. I believe it is the thing that can transform your life. And so at the end of the day, guys, it's all up to you. And I just want to tell you that folks like me, we glean so much pleasure and pride from being able to work with you and serve you. So there's responsibility, there's burden, there is pressure, but at the end of the day, this is about you. You're the now, you're the tomorrow, you're the future, okay? Eventually, old folks like me, we're gonna run out of endurance, we're gonna take the suits off, we're gonna put on pajamas, we're gonna sit back, we're gonna need you to help us, okay? We're gonna need you to lift up society. We're gonna need you to be the problem solvers and the creators of the world. Take pride in yourself, believe, work hard, be humble, be graceful, be good to each other. Don't lean into the nastiness and the negativity because there's so much of it out there, okay? Really, really focus on the positive, and that positive is going to come from you. I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much.